Yes, you guys, welcome back. Today has been dominated by players agreeing contract extensions, as well as players that have finally departed the club. So I guess it only made sense that I had to release another News Daily video to discuss what has been a very busy day at Chelsea Football Club. So I hope you guys will enjoy. Of course, quick plugs out the way, I have released another News Daily video discussing Thomas Tuchel agreeing a contract extension today, as well as re-uploading the Champions League celebrations that have been getting taken down left, right and center. So this is a video that, for me, a lot of people loved. I've read the comments, people felt something from the video, and it felt only right that I, put the video back on YouTube. So hopefully it remains there this time. And of course, you guys, if you like today's video, smash that like button, help me get over 2,000 likes today. And without wasting any more time, we discuss the two big stories today in regards to Thiago Silva and Olivier Giroud. Yes, you heard that right, Olivier Giroud agreeing contract extension talks. Now, both players have agreed upon one-year deals, and in the case of Thiago Silva, I guess this was just a case of it being a matter of time. We've known for a few months now that he was destined to sign this new contract. This was agreed upon verbally months back as well. So it's great to see that finally we don't have to discuss this news anymore. And as Marina said, she says that when we bought Thiago Silva last summer, we knew we were adding a world-class player to the squad. Thiago has duly shown everyone at Chelsea his immense quality throughout the season, and he has had a huge influence on and off the pitch for us as well. We said when we signed him that we hoped Thiago would add new trophies to his impressive list of honours, and he has done that just with our success in the Champions League this weekend. We now hope that he carries on in exactly the same fashion in the coming year, and for me, it's one of the shrewdest piece of business we've ever done, in my personal opinion. Signing Thiago Silva, I can remember it now, back last summer when we, surprisingly signed him. Everyone was naturally excited because of the way he ended his season at Paris Saint-Germain. I keep saying this, but when you look at the guy, he's going to be 37 soon. He looks nowhere near close to that. He has to reveal the secret. I don't know what he's doing to keep himself so youthful, so young, and of course so fit as well. But this is incredible news. He's one of those players where so many players have learned from him this season. So many have learned from him. And of course, you just know that you're going to expect an even better season. Actually, maybe I'm putting too much pressure, but you're going to expect that same class and standards because Thiago wants to play for Brazil in next year's World Cup. He wants to go out with a bang, and for me, a legend in this game, one of the best defenders of his generation, deserves to leave the game in the highest way possible. Let's hope that Thiago, of course, has an even better season. Let's hope that the players, of course, can continue to learn from him as well. One of the classiest players, and I just love this thing where we have a habit of sometimes signing these, legends in the game as they're getting older, and they just have this affinity for the club. They just love the club, and there's definitely something about us that players seem to love. 100%. I mean, of course, great for us fans, his wife and kids. We all love his wife right now. She definitely rides for him. Clear example of what it means to, support your man and, give him that foundation he needs to do his thing. And yeah, a proper role model as well. So this is big news, you guys. Now, in the case of Olivier Giroud, this was definitely surprising news, but it makes a ton of business sense. But before I get into that, let's actually read the comments and hear the comments from Marina. As she said, Olivier has been a crucial part of so many big moments for this club. From his contribution to our FA Cup victory in 2018 to scoring 11 goals on the way to winning the Europa League in 2019, he has continued to score significant goals, and we will never forget his efforts against Atletico Madrid on the way to winning the Champions League this season. With so much still to play for, there was only one decision we could make when we exercised the option to extend his contract back in April. So this has been some, typical Chelsea. We do our best business in the shadows, you guys. When we signed your Pulisics and your Werners, that came from absolutely nowhere and just kick-started the spending. But as I said in my previous News Daily video, the club want to start doing business soon. They want to start signing players quickly. We want to get a team ready for pre-season so Tuchel can fully work with the team and, have no excuses, have no worries. And for me, I like this. I like this energy. That's the approach you want to have after you just come off a Champions League win. And, the next target now, the next big one is winning the Premier League next season. So in the case of Giroud, I mean, of course, it's nice that Marina acknowledged what he's offered to the team. I mean, we can't forget his goal against Atleti, world-class goal, that bicycle kick, incredible improvisation. The 4 goals he scored against Sevilla too, those 5 goals were crucial for us in this year's Champions League, and he's always one of those players that you can rely upon. It's interesting though that under Tuchel, it felt like some of his powers had waned a tiny bit, but I definitely think maybe I'm being a bit short-sighted here. It's hard to get into a game and you get like the odds 10-20 minutes to do something. But on top of this though, the fact that this was agreed upon in April, this makes business sense. Now there's still a possibility that Giroud can still leave in the summer, but if that happens, it means that we now earn money. We now get to profit from that. I mean, of course, he's representing France. He's going to play for them. He'll get a few goals for them. And of course, he's going to be a man in demand. We know that AC Milan tried to sign him, expecting him to be available on a free. That broadcast club are really starting to annoy me, you guys. Don't come for our players if we don't have the money for them. It really is that simple, in my opinion. But, I would not be surprised if Giroud still left, because I think maybe for him, he wants to start playing more consistently. I'm sure him and his team are going to analyse all the interest that he has, but if he remains here for another season, and what would be amazing? He's won a Europa League with us, he has won an FA Cup, he's won a Champions League. Wouldn't it be amazing if he won a Premier League title with us too before he left us? I just think sometimes in football, some of this stuff's written in the stars, you know what I mean? So I'm definitely here for that. I'm definitely here to see that amazing bids. Okay, I need to calm down a little bit, but Giroud's presence, he's well respected, well liked. I mean, that's what it means to be a pro at his age, and that's just amazing news. So I think let's end the story, you guys. Let's discuss some of the players that have finally departed the club. We've released players on free transfers, and some of the notable departures. They include Willy Caballero. They include Izzy Brown. They include Danilo Pantic. And they include Blackman and Van Ginkel as well. Pantic feels like this should have happened a long time ago, to be honest. In the case of Van Ginkel, the injuries, wow, it's very saddening, to be honest. But I think now that he's available on a free, at least, hopefully it makes it easier and, makes it more of a worthwhile risk now for clubs to, take a gamble on him and sign him, because there's still a talent in there. Wow, it's a real shame. I mean, the promise he had under Mourinho, and then to get injured straight away, to, lead and captain that PSV team, to then get injured again. Let's hope that he's able to get back to some level of fitness, you guys. In the case of Blackman as well, he's been with the club for a very, very long time. He's got some fond memories with us. He's been on loan for many, many clubs now, and I think this is the best time for him now to move on and to really make a name for himself even more. And of course, with Izzy Brown, I remember we signed him from West Brom when he made his debut as like a 16-year-old, 17-year-old at West Brom at the time. Following season, we signed him up. He joins our spectacular youth team that included your Christensens, Akis, Bogas, Basundas, Tammy Solankis, etc., etc. Incredible team, and yeah, it was a case of injuries again playing a part in stalling his career. For me, I thought he was destined to be a Premier League player, destined to be one, and I hope that he still gets there in the end, because the loan spells he's had, he's always left them with very good words, and fans seen him in very high light. So, great opportunity for these guys to hopefully just get their careers firing even more, you guys. And of course, to wrap things up, we have to discuss Willy Caballero. He's gonna turn 40 years old soon. He wasn't gonna be here forever. And I guess the question now is, what now happens with our goalkeeper situation? I was saying earlier, and I'm still gonna stand by this, I'm actually fine with Kepa remaining as the backup goalkeeper. The third choice keeper should be given to one of the young players, one of the young goalkeepers in the team, or we go on the market to sign another goalkeeper between the age of 36 to 40. I think keeping it like that. When you're a third choice goalkeeper, you rarely ever get minutes or game time. And to be honest, in the case of Kepa being second choice, I just think realistically, I can't see any club that's going to sign him. No club that is competing at European level, even Europa League or Champions League, will look at him, meaning that you'd have to go to clubs below that. But then when he costs like 180 to 200k per week, those clubs won't spend even half the wages to sign them because they can't afford that, and they're clubs of the level that won't be, you know, their keepers aren't on 90k a week anyways. So I feel like it's a case of accepting our losses in that sense, because regardless of what happens to Kepa, if you did sell him on, you're selling him on for a ridiculous loss of money. And he's one of those signings that you will never recuperate from. So at least have him at the club. If he's a second choice goalkeeper, that can slowly just boost his clout again. And then maybe next season or in the future, you know, there will be an opportunity to minimize the loss in finances in selling Kepa. But for me, at least, I felt like last season he was good as a backup. I felt like it was good competition between him and Mendy. And the games he did play, I didn't get the same nerves and feelings I got the previous season, where you just felt like Kepa would constantly keep the team exposed and cost us somehow. So, you know, I definitely think that when you commit a ridiculous amount of money, you know, 70 million, as well as giving him close to 200k per week, when you gave that deal, you must be going with the expectancy that it might not work out for you. And if that doesn't happen, then you have to pay the price and the consequences. But for me, I don't think he'd be a scapegoat. I don't think he should be one, I mean, because, you know, let's say we didn't win a league, it wouldn't be because Kepa cost us, or be because of mistakes from outfield players and not taking our chances. So you guys, on that note, that is the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and tomorrow I'll see you guys with some more content as well. So catch you soon. Cool.